This channel is dedicated to exploring the profound ideas and timeless insights found in the great classics of the humanities. It continues to thrive thanks to the unwavering interest and support of our viewers and subscribers. Your subscriptions, likes, notifications, and contributions are powerful sources of encouragement for our continued content creation. Hello everyone. Today we will take time to reflect deeply on Demian by Hermann Hesse, one of the most important works of 20th century literature. Demian was published in 1919, shortly after World War I. It centers on themes of self-exploration, inner growth, and self-realization, portraying the transition from adolescence to adulthood. Through the story of the protagonist Emil Sinclair, Hesse presents the inner conflicts and struggles of human self-discovery, making Demian a quintessential Bildungsroman, a coming-of-age novel. 1. The author and historical background. Hermann Hesse (1877–1962) was a German-born novelist, poet, and painter who received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1946. His works reveal deep engagement with Eastern philosophy, psychology, and psychoanalysis, particularly influenced by Indian thought and Buddhism. His writing focuses on the exploration of the inner self, the search for identity, and the meaning of human existence. Background of Demian. Hesse wrote Demian during the turbulent years following World War I, a time of social disintegration and personal crisis. The novel reflects the collapse of old European values and the rise of individualism, especially addressing the confusion and identity struggles of youth. Hesse was deeply influenced by Carl Jung's analytical psychology, and Jungian ideas profoundly shaped the symbols and themes within Demian. 2. Plot overview. Emil Sinclair and the Dual Worlds. The story is told in the first person by Emil Sinclair, tracing his growth from childhood to early adulthood. He lives between two contrasting realms: the bright world of purity, family, and moral order, and the dark world of temptation and sin. These dualities represent the perpetual inner conflict within him. Meeting Demian, Sinclair becomes entangled in trouble when a bully named Franz Kromer threatens him. At this moment, the enigmatic boy, Max Demian, appears and frees him from Kromer's hold. Demian becomes more than a friend, he is a guide who awakens Sinclair's awareness of the hidden truths within the dark world. He introduces Sinclair to the idea of Abraxas, a deity that unites good and evil, light and darkness, creation and destruction. Abraxas and Gnosticism. Abraxas originates from Gnosticism, a mystical philosophy that arose in the 1st century CE. Gnostics believed that the material world was inherently flawed, and that salvation could be achieved through special spiritual knowledge, gnosis. They regarded the creator of the physical world, the demiurge, as a lesser deity and sought to reconnect with the divine realm through enlightenment. Abraxas, in this context, symbolizes the unity of opposites, the totality of existence beyond the duality of good and evil. This idea deeply influences Sinclair's spiritual development. The path of self-discovery. Guided by Demian's teachings, Sinclair begins to question his parents' moral values and societal norms. As he grows, he becomes increasingly introspective and detached from his peers, yet closer to Demian's worldview. Encounter with Frau Eva. Later, Sinclair meets Frau Eva, Demian's mother, a figure of immense spiritual and emotional influence. She embodies the ideal of mature femininity and spiritual wisdom, representing both maternal and erotic aspects of the soul. Through her, Sinclair attains a higher level of consciousness and comes closer to realizing his true self. War and ending. When World War I breaks out, Sinclair joins the army and reunites with Demian. In their final meeting, Demian encourages him to accept his destiny and continue on his individual path. Demian disappears, leaving Sinclair to walk forward with renewed inner strength and understanding. 3. Character analysis. Emil Sinclair, the protagonist, represents the universal journey of human growth and self-realization. His life illustrates the struggle between innocence and corruption, light and darkness, conformity and individuality. Franz Kromer, a symbol of external evil and inner fear. Cromer exposes Sinclair to the darker side of existence, initiating his awakening and first moral challenge. Max Demian, a mysterious mentor figure who guides Sinclair towards self-awareness. Demian symbolizes the awakened consciousness or the higher self, urging Sinclair to transcend conventional morality and discover truth within. Frau Eva, Demian's mother and the epitome of spiritual femininity. She functions as Sinclair's spiritual guide and idealized love object. Through her, Sinclair achieves harmony between his intellect and emotion, and attains spiritual maturity. 4. Central themes: self-discovery and individuation. The heart of Demian lies in the quest for identity. Sinclair's journey embodies the Jungian process of individuation, the integration of conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche into a unified self. Integration of good and evil. The novel rejects the simplistic division between good and evil. Instead, it portrays both as inherent parts of human nature that must be acknowledged and reconciled. Demian teaches Sinclair to see beyond moral binaries and to embrace the totality of his being. Symbolism of Abraxas. Abraxas represents the synthesis of opposites, the divine unity of creation and destruction, good and evil. It symbolizes the holistic understanding of existence that transcends conventional moral judgments. Adolescent anxiety and growth. Hesse vividly portrays the turmoil of adolescence as a period of spiritual crisis and transformation. Sinclair's confusion, alienation, and eventual awakening mirror the universal struggles of youth seeking authenticity, independent thinking, and self-determination. Sinclair's journey underscores the importance of thinking independently and following one's own inner voice, even at the cost of social alienation. Hesse's message is clear: true freedom comes only through inner authenticity. 5. Style and structure. First-person narrative and interior monologue. Told through Sinclair's introspective narration, the story invites readers directly into his psychological experience. This personal voice heightens empathy and intimacy, allowing readers to share his inner evolution. Symbolism and metaphor. Hesse employs rich symbols such as the bird breaking from its shell, signifying rebirth and the emergence of the true self. Demian himself can be read as a projection of Sinclair's inner consciousness, the manifestation of his ideal self. Narrative structure. The novel follows a linear progression typical of a coming-of-age story, but each episode corresponds symbolically to a phase of psychological transformation. 6. Philosophical and psychological significance. Influence of Carl Jung. Jung's concepts of the shadow and the individuation process deeply shape the novel. Sinclair's confrontation with his inner darkness reflects Jung's belief that self-realization requires acknowledging and integrating the shadow aspects of the psyche. Fusion of Eastern and Western thought. Hesse's fascination with Eastern philosophy, especially Buddhism and Hinduism, is evident in his portrayal of inner enlightenment and transcendence. He combines Western psychoanalytic thought with Eastern introspection to create a universal spiritual vision. 7. Literary importance and legacy. In German literature, Demian occupies a vital place in modern German literature. It challenged traditional moral frameworks and captured the existential anxieties of a post-war generation searching for meaning. Influence on later writers and readers. The novel profoundly affected generations of young readers and influenced major writers such as Franz Kafka and Thomas Mann. It also resonated with the countercultural movements of the 1960s and 1970s, symbolizing the quest for personal freedom and authenticity. In world literature, beyond its national context, Demian speaks to universal human experiences: the search for identity, the reconciliation of opposites, and the pursuit of spiritual wholeness. It remains a timeless reflection on what it means to grow, to question, and to become oneself. Conclusion. Many regard Demian as a recommended book for adolescents, but in truth, it is far more complex and challenging than it first appears. Its psychological depth, philosophical insight, and at times, sensual undertones make it a profound work that defies simple classification. If young readers persevere through its intricacies, they will gain not confusion but clarity, a deeper understanding of life's complexity and the meaning of selfhood. Through Emil Sinclair's journey, his attraction to Frau Eva, his struggles with moral duality, and his awakening to inner harmony, Hesse reveals the eternal human quest to integrate light and darkness, good and evil, into a balanced whole. Demian is not merely a coming-of-age novel. It is a meditation on the human spirit. It urges readers to look within, confront their contradictions, and discover their true selves. Ultimately, the novel reminds us that growth arises from conflict and maturity from reconciliation. For this reason, Demian continues to inspire readers across generations and remains a radiant milestone in world literature. Your subscriptions, likes, notifications, and generous support greatly empower the creation of this channel's content. Thank you sincerely for watching.